Hello, I'm Gabriella Power. Well, the world has just changed forever thanks to President Donald Trump. He is by far the greatest president of my lifetime. He has shown so much courage and so much bravery in taking bold, decisive action to decapitate the leadership of the world's greatest sponsor of terrorism. Because of the United States and because of Israel and the bravery of the servicemen and women risking their lives, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is dead. He's gone. It is such a good thing for this world. It is a day of celebration because the head of this murderous, oppressive, evil regime, as well as more than 40 senior Iranian leaders, they're gone. And right now, celebrations are taking place inside Iran. This is their chance of freedom, something they have been waiting for. And celebrations are taking place right around the world. In Australia, in Britain, in America, people are taking to the streets. They are saying, "Thank you, Donald Trump." Here is CNN's report from LA.
Celebration is striking. We got here just moments after initial reports, initial rumors of the death of Ayatollah Khamenei had just started to trickle from Iran to this diaspora community, and people were jumping in excitement, hugging each other, crying, saying that basically they've been waiting 47 years for this very day, Jessica. It is the reason so many of them have come out here today. I want you to hear from one of them specifically, his thoughts right after learning that the supreme leader of Iran was dead.
When is the last time you saw people in Israel and Iran dancing on the streets in excitement? And when is the last time you've ever heard of a country coming out and dancing?
And a trend has broken out of people around the world doing the Trump dance. We love to see it, and here is the President of the United States confirming and announcing to the world that Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is dead.
We have hit hundreds of targets in Iran, including Revolutionary Guard facilities, Iranian air defense systems. Just now it was announced that we knocked out 9 ships plus their naval building, all in a matter of literally minutes. Iran's formerly supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, is dead. This wretched and vile man had the blood of hundreds and even thousands of Americans on his hands and was responsible for the slaughter of countless thousands of innocent people all across many countries.
What an incredible moment in history. And let's just take a look at what life was like in Iran before the Islamic Revolution. And of course, after the Islamic Revolution, women's rights were taken away. They were thrown into prison for showing their hair. Free speech was gone. People were murdered for protesting. And as we saw at the start of the year, although many lefties and feminists looked the other way, thousands of people were slaughtered as they took to the streets. President Donald Trump promised them that help was on the way. Although it took more than a few weeks to get here, help has arrived through Operation Epic Fury, targeting Iran's ballistic missile system and leadership. Now, this, of course, it's going to get ugly over the coming weeks and months. But there is now a power vacuum in Iran, and this is a real chance for regime change. Before I get to some of the unhinged reactions from the left, we have to take a moment to appreciate this operation, Operation Epic Fury, because this again shows that President Trump is playing 4D chess. Although military action was expected, Trump once again pulled off this operation with the element of surprise, a daylight military operation, totally unexpected, striking at the very moment that senior leaders were coming together to discuss plans about what they might do next. And the US and Israel striking dozens of senior leaders, taking them all out at once. Absolutely brilliant. Well done.
We are the world's greatest and most powerful nation, so we can do something about what they do. These intolerable threats will not continue any longer. I once again urge the Revolutionary Guard, the Iranian military, and police to lay down your arms and receive full immunity or face certain death. It will be certain death. Won't be pretty. I call upon all Iranian patriots who yearn for freedom to seize this moment, to be brave, be bold, be heroic, and take back your country. America is with you. I made a promise to you, and I fulfilled that promise. The rest will be up to you, but we'll be there to help. Thank you. God bless you to our incredible warriors, and God bless the United States of America.
Now, I have to give credit where credit is due, and Australia was one of the first countries to come out and clearly back this operation.
Australia stands with the brave people of Iran in their struggle against what is an oppressive regime. Ayatollah Khamenei was responsible for the regime's ballistic missile and nuclear program, support for armed proxies, and its brutal acts of violence and intimidation against its own people.
Thank you, Anthony Albanese, for that swift response. He failed to mention Israel, and that is a disgrace, but I will, of course, commend him on backing this operation quickly, because Australians, we know too well the terror that has been unleashed right here on our home soil, with at least 2 attacks orchestrated by Iran, one in Sydney, one in Melbourne in the last 18 months. And just to recap, Iran is ahead of the snake when it comes to terrorism, backing Hezbollah, the Houthis and Hamas that slaughtered 1,200 innocent people in Israel on October 7. And this murderous regime, it is right now on its knees. This is not about war. No one wants a forever war, including the president. This is about regime change. And the president of the United States and Israel have the courage to take this course of action, which is, of course, high risk, but may just be high reward. And people need to remember that taking out the Iranian regime is putting America first. For years, this regime has chanted death to America. And since Operation Midnight Hammer last year that seriously damaged Iran's nuclear capabilities, Iran has been getting straight back to restoring its nuclear program and refusing to come to the table in negotiations. So this action is protecting Americans. Again, thank you, President Trump. So right now, the world is celebrating because the president has changed the course of history for the better. Yet Democrats are so miserable and they're so stupid. They would rather support a murderous dictator than give credit to the president of the United States and Israel for making the world a safer place. Here's the inspiring and very eloquent failed presidential candidate Kamala Harris.
Bottom line, when it comes down to it, is that if we want to stop Donald Trump with this random decision that he has arrived at, then Congress must act, and Congress must act immediately.
She's so irrelevant. Kamala Harris also put out a statement saying, "I know the threat that Iran poses and they must never be allowed to have a nuclear weapon, but this is not the way to dismantle that threat." Okay, Kamala Harris knows best. I mean, what on earth is your plan, Kamala Harris, to make sure the most destabilizing force on the planet does not have nuclear weapons? What happened while you were vice president under Biden? That's right, October 7, 1,200 innocent people killed, including dozens of Americans. Kamala has zero credibility. And as this has been unfolding over the weekend and I've just been glued to the coverage, I keep thinking, thank God she did not win. It is seriously scary to think about the consequences for America and for the world if Kamala was in the White House. Now, of course, it's not just Kamala Harris with her idiotic take on this. We are hearing from all the usual suspects, far, far left politicians and insanely wealthy celebrities who apparently know how to deal with the Islamic regime and who apparently have a real issue with the likely liberation of the Iranian people who have been genuinely oppressed for decades.
People of the United States are here to tell the Trump administration, you may wage this war in our names, but not with our consent. Trump is a sad, unhinged man. He is at war on many fronts. He is at war against democracy. He is at war against our constitutional rights, especially our First Amendment right, free speech and free assembly. He's at war against those of us who believe that the right to engage in dissent is what democracy is all about. He is at war against immigrant families. He is very definitely at war against the environment and is now vastly accelerating climate catastrophe. He's taken away every effort to stop corporate polluters from poisoning our air and poisoning our water. We are here today, and thank you for being here, and we will be in the streets tomorrow and in the coming days and weeks to demand that this new war in the Middle East end. We are going to be here. Let regime change start at home. Thank you.
That is Jane Fonda. Ever the feminist right there, as women in Iran are tortured, thrown in prison for showing their hair or expressing freedom of speech. And right now there is a real chance for that to change. Yet Jane Fonda, well, she's made a big effort to come down from her mansion to express how truly terrible that is. What a joke. Now, this, of course, is all unfolding by the minute. We have so much to cover with all of you, and we'll be covering this from every angle on the Full Power Hour show tomorrow. We still have to get to Ilhan Omar's insane reaction, which, spoiler alert, is so stupid she's been community noted once again on X. But I just wanted to share my initial thoughts with you. But of all the coverage of this huge moment in history, you have to watch this video of my incredibly talented colleague, Rita Panahi, who escaped Iran as a child. This is her message and her reaction to the news that Khamenei is dead.
All I have to say is that after 47 years of Islamist tyranny, the dictator is dead and Iran is on the verge of being liberated. I never thought I would see this day in my lifetime. And I just want to conclude this editorial with this message to the late Supreme Leader. پدر سگ خاک به سرت بسوز تو جهنم.